people? It's the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is a digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. I'm excited for you. Why? Because you're playing a game, my friend, that 99.99% of the masses don't even know is being played. And although it may not feel like it today, you are winning, my friends. You are winning for sure. Listen, the market cap is doing the market cap. What is it? The digital asset space is doing what the market is doing, what the market does. I almost forgot that. That's my famous line there. The market is doing what the market does. Holy moly. That is crazy. We'll get into that. Michelle Bond calling out the SEC. Yeah, we'll get into that for sure. Michelle Bond, formerly of Ripple. Y'all remember that, right? Calling out the SEC here. Interesting stuff. And I think more people need to do this very thing that are in crypto. Call out the SEC. We'll get into that as well. I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather. We will figure it out. We will continue to press on. Interesting article from Roslyn Layton of Forbes as well. Interesting stuff. So we'll get into it, guys. Listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. Let's do it. The Bitcoin dominance is at 39.1%. That's not great. Your total cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.9 trillion. 1.9 trillion. It's down 1.8% on a 24. Bitcoin is trading at $39,101. Ethereum is under 3,000, trading at $2,873. XRP, oh my goodness gracious. It's trading at 66 cents, 66 cents for XRP. This is just interesting stuff. Terra Luna, the Luna token seems to just don't care about what's going on in the market. That's a very interesting ecosystem when it can do well, I think, when the market is in a bear market. It's up 18.5% on the 7 day. It's the Luna token trading at $92.71. Man, oh man, oh man. Interesting stuff. ApeCoin. Oh, ApeCoin. All right. So what else we got? Oh, what's this? The GMT token is up 32% on the 7 day, despite the market. Don't know what the token is. Don't know what it is. Make sure you do your homework, do your due diligence on it. Zcash is up 9.4% on the 7 days. It's a little green, trading at $151. That is cool to see. But the rest of the market, Synthetics token 9.8% on the 7 day in the green, trading at $5.51. We got rid of Synthetics too soon, of course. Curve token 16.6% on the 7 day at $2.60. In the next couple of days, I'm going to give it probably the 28th. I will be exiting the curve position on Convex. Yep, we'll be doing that for sure. This market is, yeah, it is an interesting thing. Check out this article from freaking Roslyn Layton. Okay, I don't want to do that. Hopefully I'll be able to read this. All the SEC's emails. The Securities and Exchange Commission has lorded the sword of Damocles over fintech for years. It has used the blunt force of regulation by enforcement to make de facto rules against innovative companies rather than following the notice and comment steps required by the 1948 Administrative Procedures Act. Its lawsuits against Kick Interactive, Telegram, and most famously, Ripple shows the sledgehammer. Let us not forget Library, Ms. Layton. Most famously, Ripple shows the sledgehammer wielded for quick settlements that avoid judicial tests. But dozens, it says here, but dozens of emails, if compelled by the court, could bring the agency's reckoning. So look, we are with the SEC versus Ripple case. The emails, the SEC has 2 weeks to appeal NetBurn's decision that these are derivative press. These are not DPP. These emails are not to Judge freaking Torres, I believe, right? 2 weeks. And then Judge Torres could take months, could literally take months to decide. And she certainly most certainly will agree with Judge Torres. That is pretty much guaranteed. But then again, months. And then if Judge Torres does something called a certified, it would allow certified ruling. It would allow the SEC to appeal her decision to the second circuit court. So in other words, this could take a long while. And now, Bill, the attorney, Bill Valerius, I believe his name is, Belisarius, something like that. Forgive me if I pronounce your name incorrectly. Bill is saying that, he believes this is just a really great window for settlement. And what I believe is that the SEC does not want the emails to come out. And there's a reason for that. Doesn't mean that Empower Oversight won't get a hold of them like they have gotten a hold of some of them. But the SEC doesn't want these emails to get out. And so I think the settlement is the only way for them to not have those emails get out. So we shall see. Anyway, that's the heads up on the SEC versus Ripple case. It says the SEC took it too far with Ripple, accusing the enterprise blockchain company of failing to register the digital asset XRP as a security since 2013, even though it duly operates as a bona fide bridge currency. How about that? Even though it duly operates as a bona fide bridge currency. Shout out to Ms. Layton. Exchanges immediately dropped trading of the Ripple currency XRP, and investors lost billions, like 15 billion in value. The SEC's flippant decision stoked a class action firestorm from the ferocious decentralized XRP community. Well, how about that? Look at us getting recognized. The SEC's flippant decision stoked the class action firestorm from the ferocious decentralized XRP community. Love freaking it. Now, listen, I'm not going to read all of this. You guys should definitely check this out. I believe that John Deaton actually quoted something from this as well. Ripple has attacked the SEC's then reasoning and challenged the due process of retroactive illegality and a climate of regulatory confusion from the agency itself created. And I'm going to end here, and I'm going to go to Michelle Bond, who will basically echo these exact sentiments from Roslyn Layton of Forbes. Here it is right here. Despite, okay, let me read this and then I'll go to the rest of it. SEC Director of Corporation Finance, William Hinman, in which he declared, central to Ripple's defense, central to Ripple's defense is a 2018 speech delivered by then SEC Director of Corporate Finance, William Hinman, in which he declared that Ether, the native currency to Ethereum, issued in a high-profile initial coin offering in 2014, an ICO, was no longer a security as it became sufficiently decentralized over time. Despite boilerplate disclaimers that the speech was his personal opinion and not necessarily that of the commission, the market interpreted the speech as regulatory guidance. Even Hinman and then SEC Jared Clayton said publicly that the speech reflected the SEC view, right? So keep that in mind as I read to you what Michelle Bond of, this is a letter addressed to the SEC. She's over at ADAM, the Association for Digital Asset Markets. The Association for Digital Asset Markets appreciates the opportunity to comment on the Securities and Exchange Commission's request on the SEC's proposed changes to the regulation rule blank, all of which are adopted under the Securities Exchange blank, as discussed below. While Adam generally supports the SEC's investor protection and public interest goals, we do not believe that the proposal as drafted advances those goals, at least with respect to the nascent digital asset industry. So let me go over this. Yeah, so they responded. Michelle Bonner and the people Adam responded to this. You know, how the SEC allows for comments. Let me read something here where she's really calling, the people at Adam is calling out the SEC. So she's quoting William Hinman here. For example, in a widely publicized 2018 speech before the Yahoo Finance All Markets Summit Crypto, William Hinman, then director of the SEC's Division of Corporation Finance, outlined his views regarding the securities analysis undertaken when assessing when a digital asset is construed as a security. And that speech, Director Hinman focused on the manner in which a digital asset is sold and analyzed those efforts under the investment contract test outlined in SEC versus Howey and his progeny. Director Hinman then stated that when I look at Bitcoin today, I do not see a central third party whose efforts are a key determining factor in the enterprise. The network on which Bitcoin functions is operational and appears to have been decentralized for some time, perhaps from inception. Applying the disclosure regime of the federal securities laws to the offer and resale of Bitcoin would seem to add little value, and putting aside the fundraising that accompanied the creation of Ether, based on my understanding of the present sale of Ether, the Ethereum network and this decentralized structure, current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions. And we know now today that the Andreessen Horowitz and boys essentially drafted this letter. They gave this to him. They put it together. Remember, they put the council together, a little board together. And they came up with something under Jay Clayton's guidance and directed them to come up with said proposal. And we got the lady on video saying, you know, how they essentially, that Hinman's speech was essentially what they drafted. Andreessen Horowitz, the whole committee of lawyers and law firms and VCs, right? One of which was Andreessen Horowitz, attorneys from Perkin Coie, Sullivan, Cromwell, etc. People from the Ethereum Foundation, Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, rather. And as with Bitcoin, applying the disclosure regime of the federal securities laws to current transactions in Ether was seen to add little value. Just remember, this wasn't Hinman's deal. They brought this to Hinman. Here it is. There you go. Just make sure you smile when you say it. That's essentially what happened. Thus, the industry, this is now Michelle Bond, thus the industry operated under the assumption that Bitcoin and Ether were not securities. However, as recently as in February 2022, staff from the SEC's Division of Enforcement have, according to reports, disavowed the Hinman speech as personal opinion, reportedly stating during oral argument in the SEC versus Library court case that the SEC has not asserted that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. These reports, if accurate, further the main defense in another case that the SEC is currently litigating. In that case, the court denied the SEC's motion to strike defendants' affirmative defense that it violated the securities laws. And that's the SEC versus Ripple case, is what she's pointing out here, which is the SEC had failed to provide fair notice that its conduct was in violation of law, and this in violation of due process. That case has the potential to significantly curtail the SEC's enforcement approach to digital assets if the court agrees that the SEC did not provide market participants with fair notice regarding its view of digital assets. Given that the SEC staff now appears to be distancing the SEC from the Hinman speech, it is clear that market participants are left further in the dark regarding the SEC's jurisdiction over digital assets. So Michelle Bond smartly and rightly is pointing out to the fact that the SEC is saying one thing in one case and saying another thing in another case in reference to this Hinman speech. She's also stating that the digital asset space as a whole, just like Ripple was saying, and other people were saying, as a whole, took the Hinman speech as guidance. So which one is it? Was it guidance or not? Are we clear on regulations or not? They're calling them out. She's calling them out. And I love that she did that. Shout out to my guy, Darren Moore, for making this available to us. This is really, really, really great. She used the comments, or the company, Adam used the comment, of this particular proposal that the SEC is trying to sneakily put in. We covered that, changing the rules for exchanges and the likes, right? So we're on the SEC as a whole, and it's obvious that people do recognize the significance of the SEC versus Ripple case. Shout out to Michelle Bond. Here it is right here. The uncertainty regarding the SEC's authority over digital asset, including the SEC staff's apparent shift regarding the status of Bitcoin and Ethereum, is further complicated by the fact that the status of digital assets is still being actively considered by other branches of the government. She talks to the president. She points to the president's working group. She really is hitting hard here at the SEC, and I freaking love it. Shout out to Michelle Bond. And here's Crypto Law. This is a quote from this latest article from Roslyn Layton. It says, "Such brazen conduct is business as usual at the SEC. Outraged investors and consumers now seek justice in court, providing the reckoning that Congress should have imposed." Providing the reckoning that Congress should have imposed. That's great stuff, Gary. Listen, that's going to do it for me, guys. I just wanted to point this out. Never, ever forget that we're early. Never forget that you're playing a game that the 99% of the masses aren't playing, don't even know it's being played, and you, my friends, are winning. You are winning. All right, guys, listen. I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I are already winning. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.